Hello everyone, this is me Mariam Khan, e-commerce Wali, and I'm a student at Rehan School Online Academy Batch 3, and welcome back again. As always, today we are here with another interesting topic, which is air, breathing life into language. We will ask some questions from Sir. So, without wasting any more time, let's get started.
Hey, how's it going?
Hello, and how are you?
I'm doing great. Just enjoying the morning. What's on your mind today?
I have some questions about the topic air. So my first question is that what is air and why it is important for life?
At its simplest, air is a cocktail of gases, mostly nitrogen and oxygen, that wraps around our planet. It's essentially the invisible fuel for almost everything that's alive. Without it, the biological engine that keeps us moving just stops. I'm curious, are you looking at this from a scientific angle or something more philosophical?
Not more. So what is air mode of?
It's mostly nitrogen, about 78%, and then oxygen, which takes up about 21%. The remaining 1% is a mix of argon, carbon dioxide, and a few other trace gases. It's a tiny amount, but that little slice is what handles things like keeping the planet warm. Does that breakdown surprise you?
Okay, so why do humans need oxygen to survive?
It basically comes down to energy. Your cells use oxygen to break down the nutrients from your food and turn them into a form of energy that your body can actually use, like the spark that keeps the engine running. Without it, your organs, especially your brain, just can't produce the power they need to function. Does that make sense, or do you want to dive into the chemistry of how that actually happens?
Okay, why do humans breathe?
It's the delivery system for that energy we were just talking about. Breathing is how you get the oxygen into your bloodstream, and just as importantly, how you get rid of carbon dioxide, which is basically the exhaust your body needs to dump. It's a constant cycle of trading the good stuff for the waste. Do you think of breathing as something you control or just something that happens in the background?
Okay, so what happened to the air when we breathe in?
Actually, your ears don't really do anything when you breathe. They're mostly there for hearing and balance, so they just hang out while your lungs do all the heavy lifting. Did you mean something else, or were you thinking of how pressure changes might affect them?
Yes.
That makes more sense. When the air pressure around you changes, like when you're on a plane or diving in a pool, your ears can feel plugged because the pressure inside your middle ear doesn't match the pressure outside. Popping your ears is basically just your body equalizing those two spaces. Are you asking because you've noticed that happening lately?
Yes, then do animals breathe in the same way as humans?
Not exactly. The basic goal is the same, getting oxygen in and carbon dioxide out, but the machinery is wildly different. Mammals use lungs like we do, but fish use gills to pull oxygen out of water, and some insects don't even have lungs. They have these tiny tubes called tracheae that pipe air directly to their tissues. It's a pretty wild variety of solutions for the same problem. But does one of those sound more interesting to you than the others?
Okay, so
No need to be sorry.
why do plants use air?
I'm guessing you mean plants. They use air in a way that's almost the opposite of how we do it. While we breathe in oxygen and exhale carbon dioxide, plants breathe in that carbon dioxide and use it to make their own food through photosynthesis, releasing oxygen back into the air for us. Actually, I have to stop you there because we're almost at the end of our session time. I don't want you to get cut off mid sentence, so we'll have to wrap up for now. You can always call me back later to keep chatting.
Why is clean air important for our health?
I really wish I could dive into that with you, but we're actually out of time for this session. I don't want the line to just go dead on you. Call me back as soon as you can, and we'll pick up right where we left off with the health side of things.
Okay,
Bye for
no
now.
problem.
Bye. Talk soon.
We will want to end the time so we can start another session. So we ask the same question as we do.
Hey, what's up?
Okay, so my question is that why is clean air is important for our health?
Since we're picking back up from where we left off, it really comes down to the fact that our lungs are basically sponges for whatever is in the air. When the air is dirty, you're breathing in tiny particles and pollutants that can get deep into your bloodstream and irritate your airways, which makes it way harder for your body to function at its best. It's not just about avoiding a cough, it's about your heart and brain getting the pure oxygen they need to keep you sharp. Do you feel like air quality is something people take for granted too much?
Okay, so what does clean air mean?
In the simplest terms, cleaner air is air that has fewer pollutants and harmful particles floating in it. Think of it as the difference between looking through a crystal clear window and one that's covered in a thin layer of dust. When we talk about clean air, we're usually talking about low levels of things like smog, smoke, and chemical fumes that can mess with your breathing. Does that make it a bit clearer, or are you thinking about a specific kind of pollution?
So, how has the meaning of word air changed over time?
That's a great shift in perspective. Historically, air wasn't just the gas we breathe, it was often tied to the idea of a spirit or a life force. In many ancient cultures, the word for air was almost interchangeable with the word for soul or breath, like the Greek pneuma or the Latin spiritus. It was seen as the invisible bridge between the physical body and the divine, rather than just a chemical mixture of nitrogen and oxygen. Over time, as science took over, we stopped seeing it as a mystical energy and started seeing it as a resource and a biological necessity. It's kind of a journey from the spiritual to the structural. Do you think we lost something meaningful when we started defining it purely by science?
Yes, so why do you think air is so important in our daily lives?
I think it's because it's the one thing we absolutely cannot ignore, even for a few minutes. Everything else in our lives is negotiable. You can skip a meal, go without sleep for a bit, or live without your phone, but air is a nonstop requirement. It's the invisible thread that connects every single second of our existence. Plus, since it's invisible, it's easy to forget it's there until it's not clean, which makes it a silent partner. Do you find that you notice your breathing more when you sweat?